When we think of Vikings, we often imagine fierce warriors with thick beards, horned helmets, and dragon ships sailing across the ocean. But behind that heroic image lies a long story of survival against harsh nature, especially the cold winter nights that lasted for many months in Northern Europe. Let us gently embark on a quiet journey to explore how the Vikings overcame the coldest nights of the year, using skill, creativity, and the strength of community. In the Scandinavian region, winter usually lasts from October to April. During this time, darkness covers most of the day, and the sun only appears for a few short hours. Temperatures can drop very low. Snow and ice cover the ground thickly, and cold winds blow relentlessly. To survive, the Vikings relied not only on strength, but also on intelligence and inherited experience. Viking houses were specially built to withstand the cold. Longhouses, also called langhus, were the most common type of house. These houses were usually made from wood, moss, earth, and dry grass. The thick walls retained heat very well, with roofs often covered in grass to enhance insulation. The windows were tiny or sometimes non-existent, helping to prevent cold winds from entering. In the middle of the house, there was always a large fireplace used for cooking and heating the whole family. Smoke from the fire rose through the roof, sometimes helping to keep insects away and preserve food hung up high. Inside the longhouse, people often gathered together when night fell. They sat close, sharing body warmth and chatting together. Thick animal skins were used as blankets, bed coverings, or sewn into coats to protect against the cold. The Vikings were very skilled at utilizing sheep wool, cowhide, and reindeer leather to make clothes, hats, gloves, and footwear, all designed to provide maximum warmth. Stored food is a vital factor during the winter. In the summer and autumn, the Vikings harvested grains such as barley, oats, and wheat, then ground them into flour to make bread. They also picked various berries and vegetables while hunting and raising livestock and poultry. Meat was smoked, dried, or salted for use throughout the long winter. Fish from rivers, lakes, and the sea were also preserved in similar ways. The cold period is when people have to eat and drink sparingly, but they still try to maintain nutritious meals to withstand the cold. A popular dish is soup or stew made from meat, fish, dried vegetables, sometimes accompanied by bread or thick porridge. Animal fat is prioritized to be kept because it provides a lot of energy and helps keep the body warm. Spending a lot of time indoors was also an opportunity for the Vikings to bond with their families, tell stories, weave fabric, make crafts, and repair weapons and tools. Mythological tales and epics about gods, heroes, and elves were passed down orally through many generations by the flickering firelight. Laughter, the sound of the lyre, and melodious singing resounded even though the cold wind blew outside. In addition to keeping themselves and their families warm, the Vikings also paid great attention to caring for their livestock. Cows, sheep, goats were all brought into enclosed barns, lying close together to conserve heat. Food for the animals, such as hay and grains, was also stored in advance from the summer. If the livestock died from the cold, it would be a significant loss for the entire community. Sleep during the winter season is considered extremely important. Vikings often slept on straw or dry grass mattresses, covered with warm animal skins. They wore many layers of clothing, covering themselves completely, leaving only the nose and mouth exposed for breathing. Some families even used hot stones placed under the bed to keep warm longer. In spirit, the Vikings had a strong belief in the Norse gods. They believed that the cold winter was a challenge from the gods Odin and Thor, and everyone had to endure it with resilience. Festivals like Yule, held at the time of the winter solstice, were both an occasion to give thanks to the gods and a way for people to forget the cold through small feasts, singing, dancing, and exchanging gifts. When heavy snow falls outside and the wind howls over the roof, the Vikings remain resilient. They understand the laws of nature and learn to adapt to the slow pace of winter life. Every morning, waking up in the biting cold, they light a fire, prepare breakfast, feed the animals, clear snow around the house, check the roof, and seal any gaps to prevent cold air from entering. Occasionally in winter, men go hunting or trapping animals to supplement fresh food. They wear thick coats, leather boots, carry weapons, and bring reserved food for long journeys. Hunting in winter is very dangerous, but it is also an opportunity to test courage and survival skills. Despite facing prolonged cold temperatures, the Vikings maintained an optimistic spirit and unity. It was their community bond, sharing, and mutual support that helped them get through the coldest winter nights, keeping the warm flame alive in every home, in every heart. Today, when thinking about the Vikings, we not only see strong warriors, but also feel the perseverance, intelligence, and kindness they have preserved for hundreds of years. That is the secret to their survival and development in the harshest icy lands of Europe. And so, with each passing winter, the Vikings continued to write the story of their fierce vitality, adaptability, and undying faith in the future. In the long darkness of cold nights, laughter, storytelling, and the flickering fire still echoed as a testament to their resilience and indomitable spirit.